All right, welcome everyone. Today I'm really excited to have a personal friend of mine, Tim Queen, on this call as well. I've been knowing Tim Queen for about a year now, and I met Tim on LinkedIn about last year in August. And Tim he can tell us more about what he does actually. He does lots of things. He's a great expert when it comes to inbound marketing, but also he's an event host. And the secret is that Tim launched an event series from LinkedIn. And today we're going to talk about how successfully or what strategies he used to actually launch his event series with only LinkedIn as the primary channel. So with this said, I hope that was all correct, Tim. If you can introduce yourself in your own words, what you do, that would be great. And then we go straight into the questions.
Hi Carsten, good to see you again. And what I do is I'm a content marketing strategist, and I help companies to use inbound marketing, content marketing to grow an inbound sales funnel. And I kind of stumbled into the event business a little bit like last year in 2017. And that was all because of LinkedIn. And yeah, we're going to talk more about this today, how this happened.
Yes, lots of things happened since we first met. Tell me a bit more about this Vivid Talks. Tell me a bit more about the event itself. What is it? How often do you run it? Who is the audience? Where do you run it? And all these things. I think our audience will find this quite interesting.
So Vivid Talks is a bit of it grew into kind of like a mastermind series where we like invite different speakers on stage. Like they give like mini workshops, 10, 20 minutes. And sometimes we have panel discussions. That's mostly about business and marketing focused themes where we have like marketing strategies, social media strategies. And it all started with like a very LinkedIn focused event that we did together back then. So that was basically jumping to cold water. I had no experience whatsoever with events. It was like the first time we set up like an Eventbrite page, and I was like super excited. And then it has grown quite a bit from there.
I think Vivid Talks are events, like chargeable events and not free, right? So people pay a small fee to attend. Is this correct or?
Yeah, like the idea was like, do we want to make it free? But then you get like people who want to get like free stuff. They want to get free beer, free pizza. And the idea was really to make it like not really expensive, but you want to have an incentive that people show up. And in the middle, we tested this like again, and it was like a big revelation again. Like we saw that if you charge nothing, then you suddenly get like no-show rates of like up to 50% if the event is free. Well, when we charged, it was like usually like 80% of the people who got a ticket, they also showed up.
Great. And then you also obviously use LinkedIn to find like partners. Like I know you have a great videographer and photographer in your team, but also you work with various other like people on your event. So you all found them as well through LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, like basically everyone, like all the people at the first event who attended, we met them all on LinkedIn. Then later, people who joined in to help us out at the event. The videographer was introduced via LinkedIn connection, the photographer as well. So everything came together through LinkedIn, and that's also how we grew the entire event series, how we got everyone to sign up, and we tried all different channels. But now it becomes more diverse, like the source of how we find new people, but it all started purely 100%. Everyone who was attending was there because of they saw something on LinkedIn.
Wow. And tell me about the target audience. You mentioned it's quite diverse. From what I realized, like tell me about who is actually attending those events. Like,
So we have like a lot of business owners, like from small to medium sized business owners. Sometimes we have a couple of corporate marketing people or HR specialists. They usually have always like some kind of focus on marketing, on sales, in some capacity on growth. Those are the three primary areas of people attending the event. Sometimes if we have a special speaker with like a more niche topic, we get like a different kind of audience.
oh, that's amazing. And you didn't have any lead list, no database, nothing like to
No,
actually
I
email
think
out?
we just wanted to have a meetup in a pub, like just two or three people. And then we said like, well, yeah, why don't we like make it a little bit bigger, and maybe each of us can give a little presentation, like a small micro meetup. And then some people said like, yeah, that sounds cool. Can I come too? And then we were thinking like, maybe we can turn this into like a real event and get like a projector and everything. And yeah, from there on, I think we just published a couple of posts on LinkedIn and said like, yeah, this is what we're going to do. Here are some speakers. We're going to talk about this. And then suddenly people were getting super excited, getting wild in the comments, sending direct messages. Yeah, can I sign up? Where can I get my ticket? And then before we know it, I think like over 70 people sign up for the first event.
But this is important to know for our audience. So it didn't start from scratch. You had basically built up a following on LinkedIn since last year, since 2017, August, from what I remember. Tell me about this journey. I mean, you put in a lot of work from what I've seen on LinkedIn until you had a stage where you could actually do market through LinkedIn as a channel. Tell me about this journey from basically from zero, where you started, to where you are now. I think, how many followers do you have?
Wild ride. So I think I was never taking LinkedIn that seriously. I had like 400 people in my network, and it was just like you should have a LinkedIn account. Like I wasn't really using it. But then in August, that was the first time when I was inspired by some people who said like, yeah, it's actually becoming like quite cool. And then I was doing some research and I learned that LinkedIn was actually trying to go head to head with all the other publishing platforms. They wanted to go like in competition, direct competition with Medium, and they open up their publishing platform for blogging and articles, and they were really favoring like native content on the platform. And I saw like this is a big potential. I mean, I can go on my website and write articles.
For our audience, quickly, native content means basically not sharing external links, but actually posting something original on LinkedIn itself, right? Just for our audience.
Yeah, like exactly like Facebook. For example, you can link to a picture and then it becomes a link to the website, and Facebook doesn't want you to go away, so they favorite if you upload the picture or the video or whatever content on their platform directly. And the same was true like for LinkedIn. And by instead of publishing the article on my website, I published the article directly on the LinkedIn publishing platform. And then I got a lot of people engaging with that. I started off, I think, 420 or something connections in the beginning. And then within a couple of weeks and months, this grew all the way to a couple of thousands. And by now, almost a year later, I grew from 422 to 28,000 plus followers.
Wow. 28,000 plus followers. And I assume you get like inquiries every single day, since like every day you probably get more and more messages and more inquiries. Is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes that gets really wild. If you have like a viral post that goes around the planet, and then suddenly you're getting like the notification only goes up to like 99, and then it's like popping every second, like your phone is beeping. It's really crazy.
Tell us about like how you decide who you connect with on LinkedIn based on your Vivid Talks audience and also your other clientele for your inbound marketing agency, I say. How do you decide who to target on LinkedIn? Who do you connect with?
Oh yeah, like just one more distinction. So I have 28,000 followers and 6,000 connections. So I'm a little bit more specific with who I connect with directly. Is you have like this hard limit of you can only ever have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. So I see a lot of people that just accept every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and no, I just want to connect with like people who I really feel there is something to talk about, or there is some kind of relationship that could develop along the line. Is there like potential of us actually doing something in the future, and then I make my decision based on that?
Wow, exactly. That's amazing. So coming back to the event part itself, I'm sure you have seen many people promoting their events, networking events, conferences on LinkedIn. What do you personally feel people are doing absolutely wrong? What is the biggest mistake you see people do?
Well, I see three things. Like the number one thing that's overarching all of them is probably they send you directly to the sales page.
Sales page, you mean like the landing page, the registration page, event website, or?
Yeah, like the landing page, and it's just starts out with like, yeah, do you want to buy like a ticket to our marketing conference? It's like £3,000 ticket, just for fun. And like, I didn't even know about this event, and then you suddenly want me to invest this amount of money, even if it's just like 500. It's like too much. Like it goes from nothing to completely ice cold lead to, do you want to buy it? And I don't think that gets anyone any good conversion rates in any way.
So are you saying that basically what I hear out from this, so building relationships first over time is your strategy, or how does this
I mean,
relate?
if you take a look at our first event, that was basically everyone knew me and every one of the speakers, and I just wanted to connect in person. It was like they also already had like an impression who is everyone on stage. They just want to like get like a more personal experience, like seeing someone speaking in real life. So really promoting the speakers, having a relationship and relatability to the speakers, I think that was really key. A lot of the times I see, I mean, it's probably also like the type of events that are promoted on LinkedIn. I see like there is a ton of speakers. They have like 10, 20, 100 speakers. But like nobody really knows who they are. Like they're just like some name and some cool title, some cool company. But it's not really, you don't know who those people are. Like maybe you know one person because you're a personally friend, but you don't know who is anyone else. But like the event we started, it was you kind of had a feeling. You have seen content, pictures, text posts, articles of each and every one of the speakers, and everyone was like, yeah, I'm kind of going out and meeting some friends I met online. There's most like completely different vibe.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's a similar what Anna mentioned from SaaStock. She said a similar thing, how they basically use community building beforehand to actually have team pictures on LinkedIn, and every team member basically like sharing their thoughts about the event, and it makes it like a really personal relationship. You come to the event and you already know the people who are there. You almost feel like it's a family or community. That's amazing.
Not just like the people who are speaking, like also like who is the organizer, who are like the people helping us. Like we are recently focusing more and more bringing like everyone who is in some capacity involved in the project on camera, like people checking in, people helping us organize behind the scene. This is like all really important work, and without those people it wouldn't be possible. And just giving them like a spotlight, having them promote the event, getting them involved, getting everyone involved, so you feel a personal relationship with everyone. Like, you know, in the check-in, oh, I know this person. She was like talking on video. Oh, this is like the speaker. This is the organizer. Getting like really like a feel for there's a human behind each and every job or role title.
It's also much more authentic, I guess. People are tired of sales messages, marketing messages. They want to relate on a personal level. Is this correct?
Yeah, like I feel like oftentimes like other events, they have like some marketing person who learned like marketing speech at university, so they try to write something that sounds really advanced. But we like try to make it like how would you tell this to your friend, like, or how would you explain the event to your mother, like, so like you have to sometimes like make it like more, it's more practical. It's not like magic what's happening. It's just a cool event, you meet cool people, it's just down to earth, like some really good experience.
So you mentioned earlier the biggest mistake is also that people are straight sending people to the landing page or to the sales page or to the registration page.
Yeah.
What is your strategy? What is your journey from, hey, I wrote this LinkedIn post about, you know, this cool speaker here, and then what is your call to action? How do you then convert them into registrants?
So what we often do is like the themes are really based around a lot of topics that I personally work with. Like a lot of this is reflected in what I do. Like, so it's easy for me to create content around those themes. Meaning, like, I talk about my expertise, I teach people more skills, more techniques, marketing strategies, and I'm also getting the speakers involved. And then I'm making interviews recently. That was really a really good move. Was really well received. So we did like interviews where we interviewed the different speakers of the event, and we had like short little clips. And I think the magic behind this is really giving someone like a taste. What will it be like? Do I like this person's voice? Like a big thing. And sometimes someone looks really great on paper, and yeah, someone sounds really impressive. You look at their LinkedIn profile or their CV, and it sounds like, wow, this is a great person. And then you go to the event, and there's suddenly like this boring voice, monotone, speaking really slowly, and you're getting bored. It's like, why did I sign up for that? The copy sounded so great, but by getting someone on video, is you really have like a it's 90% what you see on video is what you can expect in real life. So that was really good for the giving people like a good impression how it will actually be.
Okay, so that's a great example. Let's dive a bit more into this because I think it's very interesting. I hope you can see my screen here, Tim. I'm sharing one of the posts that you just mentioned. So here, walk us through the layout of the post, your strategy, or maybe it wasn't a strategy, maybe it was just like emotional writing. But tell us about a little bit about the tactics here that you used to promote, to get this post up and running. And I can see here, I mean, this is an amazing engagement. You got 164 likes, 41 comments, 12,000 views. How do you do it? I mean, how does it work? That's fantastic.
Okay, actually I have to read the post again. It's like I read so many posts, so let me have a look. I think the first one was actually like a sentence I picked up during the interview. That was something Phil Guest actually said in the video itself. So I felt this was a really good statement. It was taken out from a book that he was quoting, and I felt like, yeah, this is like really a good teaser to get people some idea what they're going to learn from this video. So I always try when I'm writing some LinkedIn posts, the most important part is to get people to stop scrolling. So the first 3 lines are the ones that are really important, where we have to make sure that someone is not scrolling further. They just have to click the read more button, or they have to start playing the video. So the first one, I want to create curiosity. So someone is like looking at the content. And then I'm giving a bit of like a summary of what people will learn in the video itself. And the reason for that is some people are at work, especially on LinkedIn. They just can't like turn on the speaker and then the boss is saying, yeah, what are you doing back there? Are you working? So some people, a lot of them watch it like on with subtitles, but some just want to read the text description. And then at the end, you see, after I've shared a lot of value, this is really important. I give a lot of value. They learn about something in sales. If they watch the video, they learn some really good sales insights. And then at the end, there is a call to action for them. If you want to see more about this, check out this link, the one you just have there over. And then they can get a ticket for that.
All right. So then here you have the link in the comments, and you basically A/B testing this. If it gets you more engagement, if you put the comment into the link into the comment section versus in the actual post.
Yeah, and then we also try to track like which video was giving us like how many ticket sales. So we try to create custom tracking codes for each and every piece of content we put out. So you could later map this out and see, oh yeah, this video was getting us 5 ticket sales, or this one was getting us 10 ticket sales.
Yeah. What I noticed, and I'm sure if you noticed the same, I mean, I can see you here basically personally replying timely to every single comment. So this is really important. So here's someone posting something, you reply. You know, it's always like you actually take the time to reply to every single comment. Is this like another success factor, Tim, for getting more, like being more authentic, being more likable, being more human? Or
I mean, for once, it's important that you get some engagement in your post, that you're getting likes and comments. So in that matter, it's important that you get more people to comment. And people don't want to comment if you don't care about them commenting. So this is just like common courtesy. You just want to build a relationship with someone. So if someone takes the time and leaves a meaningful comment, I always try to respond to every single comment. And then this makes also sure that people feel like, yeah, they are part of something. Like if you're replying to comments and then the next post you're putting out, they feel encouraged to leave another comment because they know you're taking the time to reply to them. And it's also helping them, like if someone likes the post, comments, or shares it, then some of their friends in their network will see the post. They might never have heard of Phil Guest, but they see someone left a comment, and they say like, let's check this out, let's play the video. And then it's like how the network is growing like over time.
How do you get your speakers to share stuff for you?
I just ask most of the time. Like most of them are really happy. Every time we share like a video of this, they suddenly get like a lot of connection requests, a lot of new followers, speakers who have like a small network. They're really happy to get like more traction on LinkedIn. Every time like we promote someone on LinkedIn, it means like their network is growing.
And then how do you, I mean, there's obviously, I saw one post here, which I found quite interesting. Actually, someone else writing about this event. I mean, this could be the best marketing, right? If other people talk about your event, word of mouth, this is like really powerful. So here's one post. Again, it seems to be like a very like valuable long form post here, or personal update, let's say. And here, Clarice, she's basically, let's have you talk us through this. I'm not sure. Like, did you remember this post? Do you remember like 3 weeks ago? This was, I think, again, a video. Tell us about this a bit more in detail. What does she do here?
This is Clarice Lynn, and she's part of our team, and she always helps us organize those events, like helping us to find speakers. She's really deeply involved in the entire series. It wouldn't be possible to do the event without her. And in this video, we made a promotional video where she was basically sharing it like from her point of view, like what is this event all about? Like what are people, what can they expect? Who is this for? Who is this not for? Who shouldn't come? And yeah, we recorded this video and was like, I think a few days before we closed the ticket sale. And it had like some amazing results. Like she has like a completely different energy. Even though I have more followers, I think she has like 6,000, something like that. Even though I have much more followers, it can't be just me all the time. Like people are getting tired. If I'm promoting the event every single day, some people say, okay, there he goes again. There is another event promotion. Like it has to be some like different people on different days. So I can also write something like about something else, like creating some more valuable content about some other topics, so people don't get tired. It's not just promotion. You have to have a mix of like 80% content and maybe 10 to 20% promotion. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a really good takeaway for our audience. This is good to remember. What about tagging? I mean, I see people tagging away here. Like this is, do you think tagging, like, is there like you have to be careful with tagging? Is there like a maximum number of people you should tag, or is it just like whoever you have a good relationship with, or how does it work?
Yeah, well, you shouldn't like tag random people. In this case, I think we tagged all the people who were involved in the event, like speakers, people helping us out at the event, people helping us. I think in her case, Clarice also tagged people she would like to see at the event again, past attendees, people who have already told us they would come, or we know they're coming. So it's just like, yeah, everyone is getting excited and hyped up to attend the event. Oftentimes you see some people, especially if they never heard of any of us, they just tag their friends. They say like, yeah, aren't you like into marketing? That might be cool for you. So people often use the tagging feature in the comments to share like an interesting post with some of their friends. As far as technical limits go, I believe it is impossible to tag more than 100 people per day. So if you start tagging people, then it will not give you the option to add more people to any post.
That's great. And then what's your, that's really good insight here. And then I have one question as well before I forget. What do you do like post event? So the event is over. I think you run it like approximately every month, once a month or so. The event is over. What do you do on LinkedIn post event?
Oh yeah, we always have either like a videographer or photographer or both at the event. So we celebrate the event afterwards. So we take like a collection of the best photos that have been taken on the event and that really capture the spirit, like what was it all about, like how much fun everyone had, like later the networking. And we share this after the event. And then we tag as many people as we can find who have been attending the event, especially if they appear in one of the pictures. Yeah, this is also like really helping us. Like after every time we make like a post-event celebration, we get like more people signing up for the waitlist for future events. We have an email list that we are constantly building out. So every time like we are sharing like one of the event recap videos or the pictures, we get more people to sign up for the newsletter. And then it's like next time we get a certain number of them joining in as well at future events.
Wow. You got to tell us more about these digital marketing tactics in another episode, maybe. That's super interesting. So obviously people also come to your event because it's you. You put a lot of effort in building your own personal brand. Now tell me, how does this relate to people like I'm an event marketer at a large corporation. I have this awesome event. Like let's say a user conference. How does personal brand building relate to selling tickets? there's obviously two ways of, you know, two worlds coming together. So how do people start? Like what comes first? Like building your own personal brand and then using that leverage to promote your event, or is it the other way around? Maybe, I don't know. What's the best strategy, I guess?
I mean, if everyone is saying, I will not promote any event until I have 28,000 followers, that might take a while for some people. So I would recommend just like building a brand is always good, whatever you do. If you're like a freelancer business owner, it will help you find new projects, new clients. If you're an employee in any company, it will make it much easier to find a new job, to be discovered by recruiters, by headhunters. If you have a strong personal brand, you will get like a lot more people reaching out to you for whatever reason. It also makes it much easier to find speakers. Like if you have a personal brand, like people want to speak at the event because of the association with your personal brand or the brand of your event that you're creating. It's also great to finding attendees or delegates for events. It's also awesome for people post-event to connect with you. A lot of people, they get a lot of spam messages on LinkedIn, like especially after events. Like everyone will just like go there and like try to send you some message. But like if they check out your LinkedIn profile, it looks really professional and slick, and they feel like, yeah, this is like someone who's really important, then they're much more likely to connect with you, and then you actually have a chance to have a conversation that you might not have had before, when someone just thinks, oh yeah, you're just like a spammy salesperson who wants to sell me something.
Makes absolute sense. So now our audience, like as you know yourself, event professionals are the busiest people of everyone. Like they have so much on their agenda. They're so busy with everything, running their events, finding venues and all that's marketing related stuff. How does someone who has not really started using LinkedIn, how do they start with a limited time budget or time available? What's the easiest way to get started?
Well, I would say the first and most easiest thing is to optimize the top half of the LinkedIn profile, meaning getting a professional headshot photo taken, putting up a background cover image on your profile, and having like a proper description on your profile itself. So that's really important. And yeah, one of the top things I would recommend is really having a strong headline, which is immediately telling people important information about yourself, so people get a better idea who you are, what you do. I wrote an entire article about this headline, how to write one with different headline formulas. If you want to have this, I can send you the link. And yeah, really making sure that the most important information is in the description. Yeah, basically what you see here, this is above the fold content. People, if they never scroll, this is what they see. And you want to make sure that this contains all the information they need. So you don't have to write like long, complicated stuff down below. This is the most important part. If you don't have any time, just spend the time to get this much content out. And it's not that much. Like it's one headline, one professional headshot photo, putting up a background cover image on top, and like 2 or 3 lines of text for your text description.
Excellent. Wow. And yeah, by the way, guys, I'll make this all available to you. So I'll make the link available to Tim's LinkedIn profile, and also link to Tim's resources. I think you also wrote an amazing article the other day about on Social Media Examiner, one of the largest social media sites on the internet, basically. It was quite in-depth about B2B marketing, inbound marketing through LinkedIn as well. So this is quite helpful. Yeah, how do people get in touch with you if they have any questions regarding Vivid Talks or regarding LinkedIn or regarding inbound marketing? What do people do, Tim, to get in touch with you?
Yeah, so one of the easiest ways for finding me on LinkedIn if you want, or you can go to my website, timqueen.com, and just send me something in the contact form. That's the 2 best ways to reach me.
Excellent. And now we're posting this today, just a couple of weeks before Event Tech Live, which is one of the biggest event tech conferences in Europe. And I just learned yesterday that, Tim, you'll be also hosting a session there, a little roundtable session where you talk about LinkedIn. So guys, if you are in London area in the next couple of weeks, make sure to come to Event Tech Live. It's one of the biggest, most amazing 2-day conferences for event professionals to learn about event tech, like Swoogo, for example. We're going to be there as well. And also Tim is going to be there, and I'm going to be there. So Would be great to see you. I mean, it's only a couple of days. I think it's 7th of November and the 8th of November, and it takes place every single year. So make it sure I share the link in the notes below. And yeah, with this said, I think we're slowly coming to an end here. Tim, is there anything you feel our audience of event professionals should maybe know, or is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
So yeah, cool. If you want to check out more of my content, just come over to timqueen.com, where I have like a ton of free articles, really cool stuff, like how to grow your LinkedIn profile, how to get more leads and clients on LinkedIn. And I also have a really cool newsletter where I send out weekly marketing strategies and LinkedIn tips.
Awesome. And yes, we'll make sure we definitely share those as well. I'm so happy you took the time out of your day today, Tim. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, Svugo loves you, man. Svugo loves you already. With this said, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you. I see you next week at Event Tech Live.
Awesome. Cool. See you soon. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.